The Sondery metal distortion pedal is a mini pedal with a metal construction and true bypass. It runs on a 9-volt DC connection, though the Amazon page says that it's battery powered. I tried to open the case to see if it was battery powered, but was unable to due to the construction decisions that are lightly touched on in the video. The Amazon description also mentions the rubber backing and the fact that there is a 1-year limited warranty through the company. Thank you to Sondery for providing a discount for the pedal that is provided today. So, some external differences you might notice right off the bat is on the enclosure. I found to be a little strange simply because the screws are on top of the enclosure. I have not gone to open it yet. I don't know if I will, but usually if you don't know, screws are on the bottom. Due to this construction decision, this is what leads me to believe that it is not able to be battery powered, unless you battery power it externally. Which tells me that these might be... There are two options. Either these are printed upside down, or they are not proprietary, but they're their own case. But usually with these cheaper pedals, they can't afford to do that, so I think they were printed upside down. And what obviously drew me to these pedals were the logos, the designs on them. The designs are unique. They don't just say Overdrive on them. Each of their pedals have a unique design that are unique, and they look different. Fucking straw I picked. The only downside to these pedals is they don't come in different colors. Not only are colors, fun, but they actually they help you differentiate which pedal you're gonna step on. So on one hand, you get cool designs. On the other, you don't have color differentiation. It's like how Adobe apps used to be until they changed the icons, if I remember correctly. I feel like you're pretty observant, and you may have noticed that there is a generic Overdrive sitting next to our metal distortion pedal, and that'll come up later. Don't worry about it for now. So let's get into the actual tones. So my clean tone it is tuned to drop C. I was going to start on a drop D guitar, but right before I started recording, my string broke, so had to switch out. Oh, we need to turn on the pedal. So another thing that is, I don't know if this is a defect technically in mine, but my stomp switch seems like to be like a soft touch one. But because it's very quiet, especially comparatively to the it's very quiet and easy to press comparatively to the generic Overdrive. Which the only reason why I say it might be a defect is because for some reason when I wiggle mine, it makes a noise. I think you can hear that through the amp, but yeah, it came through somewhere. Alright, let's get into the tones. So, this is, start with gain all the way down. The tone is in the middle. The volume is at whatever the volume it needs to be, and the switch is flicked to normal. Oh, it's barely audible. So, I turned the volume up because clean tone is much less volume compared to when you turn the gain up. So this is a perfect time to display the tone. Had a voice crack. Sorry, I'm thirsty, but I don't have water. A nice thing about these two knobs, the volume and the tone knob, is that when you hit the center, has resistance, so you know where center is. Because when I first was trying this out, it was nighttime in my dark room. My not dark. It's in my bedroom when I was trying it out, which is dark. Um, and I couldn't tell I couldn't see pretty much what the hell was going on. Yeah, the ability to actually feel it out was a little nice. But I would have much rather been able to actually see it. But it's also I'm sure it's hard to get knobs for the size these are. So you know it's just a minor gripe because technically you should have this set before you get on stage. So the filter it goes between bright sounds and dark, which bright means more higher end and dark means lower end if you didn't know. So for strum, pretty sure this is the darker side. Definitely that's the brighter side. Which for the most part I actually really like. I don't like the tone on this pedal being in the middle. Like middle is like minimum tone to me for it to sound good. It gets way too dark personally in my opinion once you get past middle position. So that's just a little bit of a weird observation. Not what weird observation, but that's a bit of an observation on my opinion. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe it depends on what gear you have. So, next let's see what the switches do because on the gain I can't quite tell what's going on. So, on the switch we have normal, which is the bottom, turbo, which is middle, and solo, which is top. When I turn the volume down, because turbo gives a great volume boost. Turn it down too much. Huh. So it appears that that switch doesn't matter when the gain is inactive, which makes sense because you shouldn't be using this pedal as a clean pedal or an overdrive pedal, which you could if you turn the gain like barely up. But I guess let's get the gain up next. So we're already in chugging territory, and we're not even like we're only like a quarter into the knob turn. We're not quite having like large distortion ring out. So okay, we're getting distorted ring out. We're like as the note rings out, we're getting distortion. And now we're getting to the real high gain of the pedal. So, it's pretty distorted, but now we can turn the volume back and we can turn it to turbo mode. See how I turned the volume down? It was really quiet when I started, and then when I flicked it, it got like 10 decibels louder. So that's turbo mode. So the problem I've been having with this switch is I can't quite tell the tonal differences between them. There's an obvious volume boost between normal to turbo, but I don't know exactly what the tonal differences are. It might be that it's getting a little that the mids are getting a little scooped. I don't know for sure. I'm not very good at identifying scooped mids. It seems like they might be a little bit scooped, but I don't quite think that's exactly what's going on. And the documentation isn't helpful. In the box, there is documentation, but all it says is what the things do. Or at least no, it says what they are, because the switch says this is a switch that lets you switch between these modes, but it doesn't say what the modes actually are. So let's turn it to the next mode, which is solo. Like I said, I don't quite know the tonal differences. So turbo has a little bit of a volume boost over solo, but not quite as much of a boost over normal. I have an issue with my setup where all I can hear is what's coming through this microphone. I can't hear what's coming through the microphone on the amp. And I don't know how to turn off the frickin' whatever, you know. God, I'm trying to find a difference, but other than the volume, but I just can't tell. Now the volume the boost can make a difference in gain tonally, but other than that, I don't know what the actual tonal differences are. Maybe they'll update their paperwork or something. Maybe I can ask them, because I did get this from them, so maybe I can contact them and ask them what it actually does. So after emailing the customer support, I found out that the switch is just a volume boost. I'm not sure exactly what the volume boost is between turbo and solo, but it is confirmed that there is no tonal difference. The only tonal differences are the knobs. I guess let's just play a little bit. Let's give a little bit of a demo, I guess, as is. Now, personally, my favorite mode on here is to turn the tone a little bit. Is to turn the tone closer to high. So I've just turned the tone all the way up. I've brought the volume up a bit, and it's on normal. This is how this is my favorite mode. These are my favorite settings for the pedal when it's on its own. What the? What am I doing? I'm combining two different Skillet freaking intros. Try something. Okay, so what I hear between normal and solo is I hear a little bit more of a mid push, so I can actually hear these notes coming out a little more over the low notes of the top two strings. So I turned the gain back a little bit because sometimes when you can't get definition of your notes, it's because you're getting lost in the gain. So I turned the gain back a little bit. So, as you can see, at least from what I heard the notes poking through a little bit better. So, now it's time to reveal why the overdrive is here. Sometimes with these pedals, they need an extra push because sometimes the mids aren't enough in a distortion pedal. Sometimes distortion pedals put a mid in there. Sometimes they don't. This one seems to be a little lacking in the mids, so we're gonna add a little bit of oomph with this generic overdrive. So this is what it sounds like on its own. So it's a little gritty. Obviously a volume push, so that's gonna help with it, and most importantly, those notes poke through very well with that pedal. At least, majority, but they're going to poke through very well, very, very well once we turn on. So with the overdrive, at least with this overdrive, I'm sure you could get it with many other overdrives. It gives it the extra push that it needs to go from a okay distortion to a great distortion. I love it with the extra overdrive push. And my favorite is actually turbo mode. Mine is turbo mode, and I try and turn the tone a little bit back. I just find the tone of the pedal to be enhanced with an overdrive pedal. They do have an overdrive pedal, but I was only able to get one pedal. So I got the metal pedal. They also have a distortion pedal, which I just don't think it's as high gain. I'm trying to remember the difference. I think there was a difference in tone control. There is difference because there's a reason why I was going to originally go with the distortion, but then their video made me pick this one for some reason. Because they have, on their Amazon page, they have demo videos. But of course, they're just videos of the pedal themselves. They don't have it with the overdrive, which personally I think that they should, because with the overdrive pedal, it just makes this pedal go above and beyond. Because I'd say, but when I first started using the pedal, I was honestly only kind of meh about it. I wasn't very excited. I wasn't very impressed. But once I put the overdrive on, and I didn't just leave it on its own, then I got really excited, and I was really enjoying the tones that I was getting. I don't know what else to play. You know, this recording has really helped me because I have been messing that part up. I haven't played that song in a while, and I couldn't figure out how to play that part. I kept on playing it. I kept on playing it something like that, and I kept on being like, that's not right. And I couldn't figure out why. But I finally figured it out right now. So yeah, I just don't know how to describe, because I don't know how exactly I feel about the pedal, because I really like it, but with the overdrive. Without the overdrive, it's okay, but I'm not really excited about it. And then the switch has me a little confused, and the tone is not the tone knob, I mean, is a little strange to me in the way that I don't understand why on the dark side it's so dark. Let's listen to it with the distortion, because maybe it'll be a little more obvious. See how much darker it gets? Can't even hear it. It's got so much less volume. See how much of a difference that makes. And it sounds so much better when it's turned all the way up, or at least at noon. I don't know why you would ever go past noon into the dark zone, onto the dark side. This is it with the tone at noon. It doesn't sound as bad at noon with the push of the overdrive, but without it, you really need to just crank the tone, because Highs are pretty important when you want to chug. Otherwise, it just gets muddy and grimy. Maybe sludgy if that's what you want to go with. If you go into the dark zone, which some people like that, and there's genres around that kind of sound. But more often than not, the sound you want to go for is a little chuggy. It just helps, and it helps you get the more gainy sound, to me at least, from my observations, because I've went through quite a few, not quite a few, but a good few distortion pedals. So I'd like to think I know a thing or two. The only thing that I'm disappointed in is that, and this is a classic issue with these mini pedals, is that it doesn't have a mid control. Mids are quite important when it comes to metal music, actually, which I think a lot of people miss. For some reason, I don't understand why exactly. But yeah, for some reason, people think that all metal is the scooped mids thing, which, quite honestly, it's usually it's a love-hate thing, where either you love it or you hate it. I don't know where I am on it, because I don't really know. It's sometimes it sounds okay, but other times it's pretty bad. Like when I tried to scoop the mids on the Metal Master Digitech pedal, did I just shine that right in the freaking lens? It's not good for you guys. So let's just get on to a final opinion, because I feel like I've been rambling a lot about this pedal. I recommend the pedal. I recommend it without overdrive, and I recommend it even more if you can get the overdrive. I think that the overdrive enhances the sound very thoroughly, and an overdrive that maybe is a little less gainy and a little more, let's say, transparent, because that's the buzzword. Maybe a little more transparent can just enhance your regular guitar tone, so then you don't have to use the metal tone, because there's a lot of not metal, but rock songs, metal songs. There are a lot of songs that switch between distortion and not distorted, even in the same song, such as Remedy by Seether. The song I literally just played, which was On My Own by 3 Days Grace, and there's it's just a plethora of them. So I can recommend this pedal. I think it's $45, but it was on sale when I was looking at it for $30. I don't know if it's gonna go down to $30 or if it's gonna stay at $45. I'll have to check the price again. It'll be on screen. And the overdrive pedal, I'm pretty damn sure was $30. So for $60 to $80, you can have a solid rock tone, solid metal tone, let's say, even. I hope I was able to do the pedal justice. I was a very tough customer when it came to trying to get this pedal, and but the Sondery team. Am I saying that right? I don't know. I'm sorry. But the Sondery team our customer support was very supportive and really helped me in trying to get this video done. One thing I forgot to talk about was the box. So what came in the box, or how it came in the box, it came with the pedal, which was in this protective wrapping. Not very protective, but what can you expect? It's better than some other pedals I've seen where it comes in just the box wobbling around. And then there is this little paper which says it asks if you need support, and gives you a diagram of the things of the pedal, and the filter. Oh, it's been called filter this whole time. Well, it says adjust the tone color for what the filter does. And then, like I said, the mode switch says switch between normal, turbo, and solo mode. Volume, adjust the volume, and everything else is pretty explanatory. Just mostly everything on the pedal is explanatory, so they quite honestly maybe didn't even need the diagram. But yeah. One complaint that I have about the box. I, being a collector, like to keep the boxes. And they have this sticker on the top that says Sondery metal pedal. Cool, cool, cool. It has at least some identification. Some pedals don't. But when I have it on the shelf, I have it sitting like this. And along with the rest of the pedals, including some other pedals which are stacked on top. So, you can't see this, and all you see is this. One thing that I'd like to see is maybe just a sticker that says metal on it, or maybe, a little more, but at least just a little one that says metal on it. Or maybe eventually, once I don't know if how established of a brand they are, once they're a little more established, maybe they can get a branded box that says metal on it. But yeah, that's just a small complaint from me about the box. Maybe basically a message from me to the Sondery team saying that for collectors, really like to see that. But obviously it's not like a necessity thing. Anyway, that's just me being a little baby. That's all I gotta say about the pedal. Highly recommended. Think you should buy it. And thank you to the Sondery team. I'm gonna say bye-bye.